You know what? I've been reading the latest Arsenal transfer news this morning and how it more and more seems like we are not going to buy anyone this January. And that made me think, wait, since Mikel Arteta took over at the club, who did we actually sign in these past few January transfer windows? And which of those players turned out to be good and which of them were complete misses? So I immediately got to work and here we are. All of Arsenal's January signings since Mikel Arteta became our manager. So without any further ado, let's get into it. But like always, before we start, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Okay, let's get into it. In January 2020, which was Mikel Arteta's first transfer window since he came to the club, we signed Pablo Mari from Flamengo on a 6-month loan deal and Cedric Soares from Southampton on a permanent deal. So, if this question pops up at some quiz, just remember, Pablo Mari was Mikel Arteta's first signing at Arsenal. What can we say about Pablo Mari? Honestly, we were so bad during those times that even the signing of Pablo Mari got me hyped and excited. That's how bad we were. Look, he wasn't the worst defender who ever played for us. Definitely. In fact, there were a lot of terrible defenders who we employed in these last 20 years or so. And Pablo Mari was probably much better than most of them. He had some great games, in my opinion, for us during his first 6 months. And obviously, that's why Arteta decided we should sign him on a permanent deal in the summer of 2020, after his loan expired. So we signed him for around £6 million, and at the time, it seemed like a good deal. But unfortunately for us and him, after he started getting more and more chances the following season, we could have seen that he was just not the caliber of player who could take us forward and who could be considered as a serious option in the team for the long term. He was first sent on loan to Udinese in 2022 and was later sold to Monza on a permanent transfer in 2023. As for Cedric Soares, the legend, the GOAT, we brought him from Southampton that same month, and there were big expectations from him. Especially because our first choice right back at the time was Ainsley Maitland-Niles for the bigger part of that season. So logically, we all finally thought that we now have a proper right back who knows how to get job done, Premier League proven, lots of experience. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Well, for start, he's still here at Arsenal today. That's the first thing that is wrong. And secondly, in his 60 plus appearances for Arsenal since he joined us, I don't think I can remember 10 really good performances from him. Bang average right back, bang average footballer, and after his first 10-15 games for us, it was already clear to everyone that he's simply not good enough to be our number one option. Unfortunately for us, due to his enormous salary, which is rumored to be around £100,000 per week, we couldn't find a club that would be willing to sign him. And 4 years later, he's still here. And his contract is running till the end of this season, when he will most definitely leave the club. In 2021 January transfer window, Arsenal signed Brighton's Matt Ryan and Real Madrid's Martin Odegaard. Interestingly, both players were signed on a 6-month loan deals. Matt Ryan was brought to be a backup goalkeeper for Bernd Leno at the time, after Emi Martinez left and joined Aston Villa. And you know what? I thought he was really good whenever he played. He only collected 3 appearances for Arsenal in his time here and left the club with his loan deal expired in the summer. And as for Martin Odegaard, we could say that he was brilliant for us since he first stepped on the pitch. Obviously, Arteta was also satisfied with him as he signed him on a permanent deal in the summer for £40 million. And looking back at that price tag now, I think we could comfortably say that Martin Odegaard fulfilled all the expectations. And he just turned 25, so his best is yet to come. Great player, our current captain, and look, he could possibly become our greatest ever winter transfer signing if things go in our way. By the way, this reminded me, I made 2 videos last week. One is called 7 greatest players Arsenal signed in January, and other 7 worst players Arsenal signed in January. So if you haven't already, feel free to check them out. In 2022 January transfer window, we were firing on all cylinders. For that whole month, we've been reading about Dusan Vlahovic, Pedro Neto, Rafinha, Yuri Tielemans. I mean, only for us to sign Austin Trusty on deadline day. Yup. Our only January 2022 signing. Austin Trusty from Colorado Rapids for a little less than £2 million. Trusty the process. What can I say about him? From all those Arsenal media videos, interviews, he seemed like a great guy. Full of positivity, great energy. You know, I'm struggling here. He never made a single appearance for Arsenal. He was immediately loaned out to Birmingham and was later sold to Sheffield United on a permanent deal. Weird transfer. Seems like a great guy though. And finally, January 2023. Well, this time we went fully in. Kinda, in some way. Leandro Trossard, Jakub Kiwior and Jorginho. We were chasing the Premier League title at that time, first on the table, and Arteta obviously didn't want to take any risks and he decided to strengthen the squad. Leandro Trossard from Brighton for £27 million. Great deal, great player, he was brilliant for us during his first 6 months, 20 appearances for us in the league last season, 1 goal and 10 assists. All in all, great signing, but honestly, I don't know what's been going on with him this season. For the bigger part of this season, he's been completely out of form. Too slow, too lethargic, I don't know. I mean, the whole team is playing worse than last year, so I don't want to single anyone out. But still, pretty poor season so far from him. Jakub Kiwior, well, he was brought on to be a backup option for the bench. So far, he's been a mixed bag for me. Still only 23 years old, so there's definitely room for improvement. He had some great performances for us in my opinion, he had some average performances. There's no doubt that he's a good defender, because he is. But my question is he good enough for Arsenal? Because I doubt that he wants to sit on the bench for much longer, and there have already been some strong rumors and links that he could leave the club in the summer. Good defender, great option to have on your bench. We paid Spezia £20 million for him. I think we can easily get that money for him in this current market if we decide to sell him. And our 3rd January signing last year, Jorginho from Chelsea. Look, like Kiwior and Trossard, he was also brought to offer us some depth. He was 32 years old when we signed him, and he was supposed to stay here for 6 months only. But Arsenal decided to extend his deal for 1 more year. This has nothing to do with Jorginho, it's not his fault, but I don't like the fact that we probably refused to buy another midfielder last summer alongside Declan Rice, because we obviously needed another midfielder, especially with Partey's injuries this season, because we thought, oh, it's okay, we have Jorginho on the bench. No offense to Jorginho, like I said, it's not his fault. But we needed better players in our midfield than Mohamed Oneni and Jorginho if we wanted to be serious about winning anything this season if we get struck by injuries. No offense to both of them, but having a 32-year-old Jorginho and 31-year-old Mohamed Oneni as your primary options on the bench in 2024 is unbelievably stupid decision from both Arteta and Edu Gaspar. All in all, I still think that last year's January transfer window was probably the best overall window we had. Winger, midfielder, defender, all 3 of them have been used quite often and they definitely provided us depth when needed. But the question still stands, can we really count on any of these 3 players for our long-term future? I think not. And they too would probably need to get replaced very soon. And that's it, we are currently in the 2024 January transfer window, and at the time of making this video, we still didn't make a single signing. And judging by these latest rumors, it's possible that we won't sign anyone new this month. Which is truly bizarre, if you ask me, because the team is massively struggling at the moment. We have 1 win in 7 games, injury after injury, but hey, that's a topic for some other video. So Gunners, tell me, in your opinion, who has been our best winter signing since Mikel Arteta joined the club? For me, it's Martin Odegaard, 100%. But what do you think? Write down in the comments. Thank you all for watching, thank you for joining in. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more daily content. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.